If you're over 60, the pantry you trust could be quietly stealing your vitality. Imagine opening a tin thinking you're saving time only to let hidden toxins slip into your bloodstream. Today I'll reveal 5 canned foods you must never touch again and 5 power-packed cans you should welcome into your daily meals. Do you really know what's lurking behind that convenient label? Stay with me for the next 15 minutes and you'll discover the science that keeps your joints supple, your heart steady, and your mind sharp. If this resonates, give this video a like. It tells the algorithm we're on the same health journey. I'm Dr. Anna Martinez, a nutrition scientist who has spent 2 decades researching how diet shapes aging. Why do canned foods matter so much for seniors? Because the preservation methods that lock in shelf life also lock in nutrients or lock in harmful compounds. Many of us assume a tin is just a neutral container, but the truth is far more complex. Canned foods can be either a hidden toxin or a hidden treasure. The difference lies in the label, the processing, and the nutrients that survive the canning process. In this video, we'll walk through 10 items in total, each broken down into 3 simple parts: what it is, how it impacts your body, and how to replace or use it safely. First, we'll expose the culprits that are quietly accelerating inflammation and metabolic decline. Let's begin with the first list, the 5 worst canned foods for anyone over 60. Number 1, cheap ready-to-heat soups that list monosodium glutamate, sodium nitrate, and flavor enhancers near the top of the ingredient list. These compounds trigger chronic inflammation and cause spikes in blood pressure, especially dangerous for arteries that have naturally stiffened with age. A sudden rise in pressure can strain the heart and increase the risk of stroke. The best move is to swap them for homemade broths stored in glass jars, or choose low-sodium organic vegetable soups that list a single vegetable as the first ingredient. Have you ever tried making broth ahead of time? It's easier than you think and far gentler on your system. Number 2, canned tuna packed in oil, often from Big Eye tuna, a species known for high mercury levels. Mercury accumulates in the nervous system, exacerbating cognitive decline and interfering with motor coordination. For seniors, even small amounts can tip the balance toward memory lapses. Choose wild-caught albacore or sardines in water and limit intake to 2 or 3 servings per week. Better yet, grill fresh fish at home. The flavor is richer and the mercury exposure is dramatically lower. What do you think about swapping a pantry staple for a fresh alternative? Let me know in the comments. Number 3, fruit cans drenched in high fructose corn syrup. The syrup fuels rapid glucose spikes, leading to insulin resistance, a precursor to type 2 diabetes, which becomes more common after 60. Those sweet bursts also burden the pancreas, making it harder to regulate blood sugar over time. Opt for fruit canned in its own juice, or even better, fresh or frozen berries where the fiber stays intact and the sugar load is natural. Have you noticed how your energy crashes after a sugary snack? That's the same mechanism at work. Number 4, any canned vegetables that still use bisphenol-aligned lids. Bisphenol O, or BPA, is an endocrine disruptor that mimics estrogen and can interfere with hormone balance, bone density, and even thyroid function. Seniors are especially vulnerable because bone health already declines with age and hormonal shifts can accelerate osteoporosis. Look for BPA-free cans. Many brands now label the interior as BPA-free or transfer the contents to a glass container before heating. If you're unsure, a quick glance at the bottom of the can will tell you if the lining is safe. Does the idea of chemicals leaching into your food worry you? It should, and that's why we're highlighting it. Number 5, low-fat or diet canned meats that rely on sodium nitrite and other preservatives to maintain flavor and color. While they may seem heart-healthy, the nitrites can form nitrosamines in the gut, compounds linked to increased cancer risk and inflammation. Moreover, the low-fat label often masks a high sodium content that can raise blood pressure. Choose lean cuts of fresh poultry or fish, or if you must use canned meat, pick varieties that are labeled no added nitrites and are packed in water rather than oil. Have you ever read the fine print on a canned label? It's worth the extra second. These 5 foods represent the silent saboteurs that can erode health over time. Up next, we'll turn the page and explore 5 canned options that act like daily vitamins for your body, supporting immunity, bone strength, and cognitive clarity. If this is opening your eyes, hit subscribe now so you don't miss the next part where we reveal the foods that can truly empower your senior years. If you're ready to flip the script, let's dive into the 5 canned champions that can become the backbone of a senior-friendly diet. Each one has been chosen not because it's merely convenient, but because science has shown it delivers nutrients that support joint health, cardiovascular function, brain power, and immune resilience. As we explore each, picture yourself reaching for a can that does more than fill a stomach, it fuels a vibrant, active life. Number 1 on the positive side is canned salmon packed in water with the bones left intact. You might wonder, why would I want to eat the bones? The answer lies in the fact that those tiny soft bones are a natural source of calcium and vitamin D, 2 minerals that work hand in hand to maintain bone density. For seniors, preserving bone health is paramount because the natural remodeling process slows down with age, making fractures more likely. When you consume the whole salmon, you also receive a generous dose of omega-3 fatty acids, specifically eicosapentaenoic acid and docosahexaenoic acid, which have been linked to reduced inflammation and improved cognitive function. In practical terms, a single half can of this salmon can provide roughly a third of the daily calcium recommendation for an older adult without the need for dairy if you're lactose intolerant. To make the most of it, simply flake the salmon into a salad, mix it with a splash of olive oil and lemon, or blend it into a creamy spread for whole grain crackers. The key is to choose cans that list water as the sole liquid and avoid any added sauces that contain excess sodium or sugar. Do you feel the convenience of a ready-to-eat protein that also supports your bones? Pause, that's the power of canned salmon with bones. Number 2 is low sodium, unsweetened canned beans such as black beans, chickpeas, or kidney beans. Beans are nutritional powerhouses because they deliver plant-based protein, soluble fiber, and a suite of micronutrients including folate, iron, and magnesium. Soluble fiber in particular helps regulate blood glucose by slowing carbohydrate absorption, which can blunt the post-meal glucose spikes that often trouble seniors with borderline glucose tolerance. Moreover, the fiber feeds beneficial gut bacteria, fostering a healthy microbiome that influences everything from immune response to mood. The low sodium label matters because excessive sodium can exacerbate hypertension, a condition that becomes more prevalent after 60. When you rinse the beans under cool water before adding them to a stew or salad, you can further reduce any residual sodium. A practical tip, combine rinsed beans with a handful of chopped kale, a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil, and a squeeze of lime for a quick nutrient-dense side dish that supports heart health and digestion. Have you ever considered how a simple can of beans could replace a processed snack that offers empty calories? Pause. Think about it. Number 3 brings us to canned tomatoes that are certified organic and packed in their own juice, without added sugars or preservatives. Tomatoes are rich in lycopene, a carotenoid antioxidant that becomes more bioavailable after cooking, especially when paired with a small amount of healthy fat. Lycopene has been studied for its role in protecting against age-related macular degeneration and certain forms of cancer, and it also contributes to cardiovascular health by improving endothelial function. The organic certification ensures that the tomatoes are grown without synthetic pesticides, which is reassuring for seniors who may be more sensitive to chemical residues. To maximize the lycopene boost, stir the canned tomatoes into a simmering sauce with a splash of olive oil, or blend them into a warm soup and finish with a pinch of black pepper, which can enhance antioxidant absorption. Do you remember the comforting aroma of a slow-cooked tomato sauce on a rainy evening? Pause, that same aroma can now be a daily ally for your eyes and heart. Number 4 highlights canned sardines in olive oil, harvested from sustainable fisheries. Sardines are small, oily fish that pack a mighty punch of omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, calcium, and protein. Because they are eaten whole, you also receive the connective tissue that contains collagen and gelatin, supporting joint health and skin elasticity, areas that often feel the wear of years. The olive oil medium not only adds a monounsaturated fat that further aids in the absorption of fat, soluble vitamins, but also contributes its own anti-inflammatory polyphenols. Choosing sardines that are wild, caught, and labeled sustainably sourced helps ensure you are supporting both your health and the ocean's balance. A practical serving suggestion: mash sardines with a dab of mustard, a sprinkle of chopped parsley, and spread the mixture on whole grain toast for a snack that fuels both brain and body. Does the notion of a tiny fish delivering a cascade of protective nutrients surprise you? Pause, it certainly should. Number 5 completes the list with canned pumpkin puree, preferably 100% pure and free of added sugars or salts. Pumpkin is a seasonal vegetable that, when canned, retains a high concentration of beta-carotene, which the body converts to vitamin A, essential for maintaining healthy vision, immune function, and skin integrity. Additionally, pumpkin offers dietary fiber and potassium, a mineral that helps counterbalance sodium's effect on blood pressure, a crucial consideration for older adults. Because the puree is already cooked and soft, it can be easily incorporated into a variety of dishes without additional preparation time. Stir a quarter cup of pumpkin puree into a bowl of oatmeal, blend it into a smoothie with a banana and a pinch of cinnamon, or use it as a base for a savory soup enriched with ginger and low-sodium broth. Have you ever thought that a can could hold the essence of autumn and the nutrients to protect your eyesight? Pause, that's the magic of canned pumpkin. Now that we have identified these 5 nutritional allies, let's take a moment to consider how they can be woven into a daily routine without overwhelming your schedule. The beauty of canned foods lies in their shelf stability. You can keep a small stock in your pantry and reach for them whenever a fresh produced trip isn't feasible. The key is mindful selection. Read labels carefully, prioritize low sodium or no added sugar options, and favor cans that use BPA-free linings or glass jars. When you combine these choices with regular physical activity, adequate hydration, and routine medical checkups, you create a synergistic environment where your body can thrive despite the inevitable changes that come with age. Let's recap the essentials in a quick mental checklist. First, incorporate a serving of bone-rich salmon at least twice a week. Second, add a half cup of rinsed beans to meals 3 times a week for protein and fiber. Third, enjoy a cup of simmered organic tomato sauce daily to boost lycopene. Fourth, snack on sardines once or twice a week for omega-3 and calcium. Fifth, blend pumpkin puree into breakfast or soups a few times weekly for vitamin A and potassium. By rotating these cans, you ensure a broad spectrum of nutrients without monotony. Before we close, I want to address a common concern. Will relying on canned foods diminish my intake of fresh produce? The answer is no, provided you view canned items as supplements rather than replacements. Fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins should still form the core of your diet. Canned foods simply fill the gaps that life's logistics sometimes create, offering a reliable safety net when you're on the go, traveling, or facing limited grocery access. Think of them as the sturdy scaffolding that supports the vibrant house of whole food nutrition you're building. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these canned champions are you already using, and which one are you most excited to try? Drop a comment below and share your experiences. Your insights could help fellow viewers make smarter pantry choices. And if you found this information valuable, give the video a thumbs up. That small click signals to the platform that we're delivering the health content you need. Remember, knowledge is only power when it's applied. Take a moment right now to glance at your pantry. Do you see any of the 5 risky cans we discussed earlier? If so, set a reminder to replace them with one of the 5 beneficial options we've just covered. Small, intentional swaps add up, creating a cumulative effect that protects your joints, steadies your heart, sharpens your mind, and bolsters your immune defenses. As we wrap up, let's reinforce the overarching message. Aging does not have to mean accepting decline. By making evidence-based food choices, especially when it comes to the humble can, you can preserve vitality and enjoy the activities you love, whether that's gardening, walking with grandchildren, or simply reading a good book without fatigue. The science is clear, the options are accessible, and the responsibility lies with you to act. If you're committed to staying informed about the latest senior health breakthroughs, consider subscribing and turning on notifications so you won't miss future episodes where we dissect topics like optimal sleep hygiene, safe supplement use, and low-impact exercises that protect joints. Your health journey is a marathon, not a sprint, and having a reliable source of trustworthy information can make all the difference. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take care of your pantry, take care of your body, and keep striving for the best version of yourself. Until next time, stay curious, stay healthy, and keep thriving. Each swap builds a healthier future. Like, share, comment your favorite, and subscribe for more senior health tips.